Hey guys, Thunderset here, showing you a new deck that revolves around a new card we just got from the card trader, and that's Dragon Master Knight. So, he's not very special. He's 5,000 attack, which is, I guess, special. He's the fusion between Black Luster Soldier and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. He gains 500 attack for each dragon in your graveyard, and that's pretty much all he does. So, what we've done with him, we've placed him into an already existing kind of deck, and that's a Red Eye / Dragon deck that utilizes Blazeman and King of the Swamp to make a Red Eye / Dragon most of the time. We're also using Unknown Synchrons and Stardust Dragons to take care of U-Bells and things like that. So how do we summon this guy? He requires a King of the Swamp and Black Luster Soldier. Now why are we using this version of Black Luster Soldier? So we can combine him with our Gaia as another warrior for / Dragon, and Black Luster Soldier and Gaia can both be searched by Gateway to Chaos. You just activate it and you can search it. So we have 1, 2, 3 copies of the monsters we want, and then 3 copies of this. So we can search either of them. It lets us run a little slimmer on the monsters, keeps more room for other things. So we also have 2 Dark Sealed Hex Fusions. These can summon / Dragons from the field, and if you were to say, you had a Gaia out, you normal summon your Dark Sealed Hex Fusion, uses effect, that counts as tributing the Gaia. You would get it to search your Black Luster Soldier had you done it like that. And Elemental Hero Blazeman, he normal summons, he'll search Poly for you. Now, these are so important as fusion substitutes because that's what you need for the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon part of this fusion. It's, you know, there's no other replacement for that. So they're pretty important. That's why we're running 5 of them. Other than that, we're just using 1 Incon, 1 Treacherous, and 1 way to special summon our Black Luster Soldier if need be. If this has enough counters, you can also search this spell card. Usually you're going to want to use him for the fusion though, because he doesn't do anything special either. He's just a 3,000 beater. Might as well just have the 5,000 beater. But it's pretty cool. We're using Destiny Draw, so we're on Yugi, so we would get the animation if we did summon him. Destiny Draw is just a generically good skill. But other than that, this isn't like the best way to run a Red Eyes deck. I'd say just focus on the Red Eyes element and it'd be a better deck. But this is the best way to summon this guy, so it's pretty cool if you guys are interested in that. But I hope you enjoy the replays. Thanks. So Red Eye / Dragon is an archetype I used to really like. I ran it in a 2018 KC Cup, like purely just ran a Red Eye / Dragon deck and did pretty well. I think it was for sure top 10,000. And he was just really strong the time he was released, and I had a lot of cool combos with the deck. It was a really strong deck. It was really cool. So here's a really strong hand. Gateway to Chaos, you can just think of that as a Black Luster Soldier. Here's the Gaia Knight coming out of the Gateway of Chaos, you can see. You can also search him. But this is the combo. We have our Fusion substitute, we have a Poly, we have our Black Luster, we have our Gaia. So we have pretty much everything at our disposal here. Activate Gateway, get our Black Luster, do our Fusion. Now that's going to give Gateway 2 counters. So here's our Dragon Master Knight. 2 counters on the Gateway. The Gateway, when it gets 3 counters, you can search the spell card. We have no use to it. Like I said, you're mostly going to want your Dragon Master Knight out. It'll still be good to get it out of our deck just to thin the deck, but usually you're just going to want the Dragon Master Knight as your choice. So here we also summon our Gaia as a 1900. We're fighting an Aro Mage with Synchros. He summons the Naturia Whip. That's going to use Dark Verger. Here he uses the Dark Verger and everything to summon Aromatherapy Rosemary. That's the very first video I ever made, was around this synchro. She's going to target Gateway to Chaos and negate its counters. That's okay though. Swing well over our Gaia, kill him, set a back row. So you think you'd be pretty safe with the back row, but our swing goes through, does 2,000 damage, gains 1 more counter. He gains 1,000 life points whenever a plant is destroyed, thanks to Aroma Garden. he summons a Jasmine. Jasmine's gonna let him normal summon another plant and draw a card whenever it gains health. She's gonna change a monster's position, changes to Jasmine, but now she's stuck out in attack herself. Swinging to her again, takes big life point damage, but he's gaining so many life points at the same time, it's almost negating itself out. So here he uses his Jasmine again to draw and then counters. We're just swinging with a 5k monster. He's gaining life points whenever his monsters die. He's got a huge hand at this point. Plays Child Play, bounces, realizes there's nothing he could do. So that's why Dragon Master's not the best. He's just a 5k beater, and most of the time Slash Dragon's a little more dynamic and better. But yeah, Red Eyes works so well because so many things target. Even in the meta now with 6 Sams, a lot of their skills target, a lot of what they do targets. So he's still pretty useful. With this deck, most of the time the Slash Dragon's gonna be the better option, but I want to show you guys the Dragon Master Knight. So here we have a Neos hero deck. We start off with another sick hand. We have a Gateway to Chaos, a Gaia, a Blazeman, Fusion Substitute. We have everything ready to go. Use our Fusion card, that brings out the point of the deck. See, so even Slash Dragon still would have got over him, but here we're showing off the Dragon Master. Summon our Blazeman, seek out another Poly. Swing, we're not going to be able to swing with the Blazeman because of Neos Fusion, but he still takes a good amount of damage from this 5k. Switches to defense, places another defense and a back row. We get another Blazeman, summon our Gaia, destroy the 2000 defense, go with the 1200, because I knew it was heroes, and there's no real threat. They either have 1200 defense, or we get lucky and we get the 1000 defense, and that gives us lethal with the Gaia. So, it's still working out with the Dragon Master Knight, but that's because we didn't face a lot of back row there. Had we thought he was heavy in back row, we could have used the Slash Dragon to have a little more protection, more inherent protection versus there. But cool stuff, guys. Getting them out quick. So a card this Dragon Master Knight is really like is the 5-headed dragon. 5-headed dragon is just 5,000, 5,000. But I would even say 5-headed dragon's effect is a little better than the Dragon Knight Master or the Dragon Master Knight, because his effect stops him from being destroyed by battle from pretty much every element. So it's a little bit of inherent defense. It's not the best, but it's a little bit. So here we're fighting a Blue Eyes. It's a good test, good deck for us to fight because we can just bring out a 5,000 monster and really shut down his win conditions. Here he goes for the unusual play. He sacrifices his own Cosmo Brain and keeps his tuner out in order to make the Synchro Summon Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. He's gonna put him down in defense. That's gonna be no problem for us. We have Gateway to Chaos, search our Gaia. We could have Ritual Summoned him with the Gaia and one of these guys, but it's better just to throw our King of the Swamp into the graveyard, keep our Fusion Substitute, and make our Fusion monster here. So he's got his big ol' Azure Eyes. We throw our King of the Swamp. You'll notice King of the Swamp also gives Gateway to Chaos a counter. We throw that, search our Polymerization, play our Fusion. Here comes the boy, the Dragon Master Knight. So it's like a Black Luster Soldier riding an ultimate Blue Eyes. That's pretty crazy. We get 2 counters for that. We could have searched the spell if we didn't have it. Easily swing over the 3000. Normal summon a Gaia, 1900 to follow up. Pretty strong field from out of nowhere. I wish Gateway of Chaos did more. Here, he uses Majesty Eyes of Blue. Now we can't even attack with him anymore. And then he just scoops anyway. So overall, guys, this is just a Red Eye Slash Dragon with a different boss monster and some Black Luster element thrown in. It's not a better way to run a Red Eye Slash Dragon. It's just the best way to summon the Dragon Master Knight. So if you're sentimental for this monster in any way, this is a good way to summon it. Other than that, just if you want to play Red Eye Slash, focus on Red Eye Slash and keep it at that. But yeah, thanks guys.